the last 2 months of the pregnancy were her best, where she felt like she was full of life. And then I think like any pregnant woman, when it came to the last couple weeks, she'd like pretty much run out of energy, and I was just ready to get you out. So what happened was your due date was November 8th, which is your mother's birthday, and you were born November 2nd. So we went into the hospital on November 1st to induce, and the reason we induced was my work schedule. It was the only time I had available. We thought you were going to be born the week prior due to some things, so I had like cleared out a whole week to make sure like I'm there for your first 5, 6 days. But the following week I had a hearing, a court hearing like every single day, and a mediation, a deposition. So it was like I needed you I needed you to come the week before. You didn't come. Kaya was 2 weeks early, and it looked like you were on track to be born actually on November 8th. So November 1st we go in, and your mom takes some kind of medication that like induces labor. And your mom and I basically just sat around in the hospital for like 12 hours just watching this TV show called The Resident. It's like a doctor show. Didn't really eat too many snacks. We had some snacks. I DoorDashed a lot. Probably spent like $500 in DoorDash where you go, and just kept getting whatever we wanted. And it was relatively healthy actually, which is more expensive. And at some point, your mom gets the epidural, which is like a pain numbing medication, well ahead of when she got it with Kaya. When she was with Kaya, she like did the labor and was in like significant pain for several hours, and then she gets the epidural, and Kaya popped out like hours later. For you, we got a little bit early. So I had fallen asleep at some point. I think it was like 10 or something like that. And your mom briefly slept, but also was starting to feel it. So I think it's somewhere around 2 or 3 a.m. Maybe earlier, might have been like 1 a.m. Everyone wakes up and your mom's like, the baby's gonna come out. Now Kaya came out in 2 pushes, and so Sarah's like, I think Naomi's gonna come out like the second I push. So they call the doctor, which takes like a fucking hour to get there. And your mom is like, this baby is definitely coming out, like 100% coming out. So the doctor comes in, and we let everyone know, we let the nurse know, like, yeah, look, the first one came out in 2 pushes. I don't think this one's gonna be any different. And when we were going through this with Kaya, you gotta remember, that was our first time going through it. So the anxiety was through the roof, and the whole day was like relatively difficult in the anticipation. But with you, we felt like we had a good handle on being parents. So we kind of just like it was kind of a more relaxed environment. Your mother was like very composed, and just letting the nurses know like this is going to happen. Like it's not going to be a marathon, it will be a sprint. I'm going to push this thing out. So when they finally get there and they set everything up, one thing that was different with yours than with Kaya is they brought in like a mirror, like torso sized mirror that was at the base of the bed, so that your mom could like watch you be born. And it kind of helps because you can see like the top of your head come out, and it like lets the mother know like, look, we're here, you just got to give it a little pushy. So all of that comes together and it happens. And once everything's set in place, it was about 4 pushes, and you would come out. And with Kaya, she didn't cry very much, but with you had cried out of the gate. And it was funny because leading up to it, the whole birthing process, like with Kaya, like I was a mess. I was bawling. I was like so deep in love, and I almost felt bad because when she was pregnant and everything, I didn't feel like that same anxiety, which I had mistaken for love. And when you were being born, I felt very composed, and I almost felt kind of guilty how composed I was, because I was like, dang, like she's not getting the same kind of love. But I'll tell you what happened, and it was magical. So the doctor like kind of pulls you out a little bit, like your head was out and your shoulders are kind of out. She like grabs the shoulders and like pulls it out a little bit. And the second you came out is like that same emotion like overwhelms you. Like I just start crying, and it's like it's hard to breathe, and it's so beautiful. And you cried right away. It was loud, and just immediately I felt the life, and just I don't know, you get overwhelmed with emotions to like it's hard to even explain, especially from the father's perspective, because I didn't carry you, you know. I rarely carry you now. I try to, and every second you made skin to skin contact with your mother, and you were good. And your mom was already producing milk, or they call it colostrum. It's like a yogurt. It's like a thicker substance that babies eat in the beginning of a pregnancy. And basically, what happens is, from that point, we hold you for like the next hour. We did some calls. Your grandmother, Nayla, who lives with us now, she's like your secondary caretaker. I don't know if she still lives with us, hopefully. Um, but we brought her in probably like around the time Kaya was 1 year old. She moved into the house to help out. Plus, she lost her job, and nobody knows how to fucking make money except your dad. So, you gotta take care of everybody. So, Nayla was the first one to show up. My mom ended up coming later. So, they take you and then they weighed you and took your measurements. You were about half an inch taller than Kaya was, which is kind of significant because Kaya was 19 and a half and you're 20. Um, so it's not nothing, like 2-3% bigger. And you were heavier, but not by a lot. You were heavier by like 2-3 ounces. So you guys are both small babies, like 6 pounds, and I think you were 12 ounces and Kaya was 9 ounces. So you'd kind of like slid right through. It's because, I don't know, we don't have giant babies. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm not the tallest dude in the world. But you kind of slid out. So then they gave you this like vitamin K shot. I'm kind of against that, by the way. But they did it and we let it happen. And from that point forward, you were pretty much with us the entire time. Some doctors came in, did some tests, perfectly healthy, normal. You barely cried, almost not at all. And taking you home, see, Kai was born in a hospital in Santa Monica, and at the time we lived in Saugus, which is in Santa Clarita, California. But with you, we took you to a hospital that was like at the North San Fernando Valley off Rinaldi. So the drive was really quick. It was like a 25-minute drive to get back home, which took 2 days. We tried to leave the hospital early and they wouldn't let us. They made like 5 doctors talk to us, like, it is against medical advice to take this baby home early. And then later I got a bill, your $17,000 bill for the 3-day stay. And I was like, okay, guys, what are we running a racket? Like, what are we doing here? So anyways, paid that. When we got you home, everything was like super easy with you. You're not a crying baby. You don't act out. You're like pretty easy to soothe. Either you want to be fed, or that's pretty much it. You eat and sleep. Today is December 10th. So you've been alive for a month and 8 days. And this is like the easiest baby experience. It's as easy as Kaya was, which is very easy. So I think that when all these people like give these examples of like super difficult times, I'm not really sure what they're talking about, because my babies are perfect. My babies are perfect. That's a fact. And Kaya, the way she reacted with you, it's loving, and she'll go like baby and like pet you, and sometimes she pets you a little hard. Like I was burping you one time. I was like burping you on my shoulder, and I was like, Kaya, burp the baby. She came in, whap whap whap. I was like, okay, no, you're not burping the baby. What the fuck is wrong with you? But yeah. It's been really good. It's been really good. Your mother is like obsessed with you. She was going through something similar. She was telling me where she felt like maybe I'm not as connected with this baby as I was with the first one. But I think it's because you have to deal with the first one while you're pregnant with the second one, that doesn't get the full amount of attention. Because from the second you're born till now, you do not leave your mother's arms almost ever. And she's so deep in love. Like 10 times a day, look at her, and it's like the same face you're making. From the guy's perspective, it's like the same face you're making. You haven't even made a different face. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm looking at her. She's very nice. It's sweet though. It's very sweet, and yeah, I'm so proud of you. You're growing. So in 1 month, you're up to 9 pounds something. So that's like a 50% gain. It's like incredible. Like, and you eat a lot. Like, and you're both skinny babies. Kaya's pretty thin. There's some funny pictures of her when she was like 8 months and she's like super fat, but all that went away. She doesn't eat that much. She crawls a lot. She walks a lot. She tells jokes. I think you're gonna be the same way. You started smiling at like 3 weeks, like big toothless gum smiles, mostly to Sarah, but you gave me a spree that lasted like, I don't know, maybe like 80 to 100 seconds, where it was like just all the love for me. You know, it was so fucking cute. It's like I can't even make the face, but it was so cute. So, you know, that's it. That's your birth story. That's where we're at right now, and it's so beautiful, and you're so beautiful. We were shocked that you had blue eyes, by the way. Your mother and I obviously both have brown eyes. You and Kaya both have blue eyes. There's a lot of blue eyes in the family, but it was shocking to see like how blue they were. I was like, oh my god, like we can only make perfection, your mother and I, being perfect ourselves.